Today, I'm gonna make a little tray, Terrazzo style, out of polymer clay and a little wooden box. Some assembly required. Hello, welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't been here, keep in mind as you're watching, if you're enjoying yourself, click the subscribe button. And also, this is for everyone, make sure that your notification button, the little bell, is clicked. In the future, not this week, maybe soon though, plans are vague. I would like to start going live to do some kind of a little project once a week or so. I don't really know. But if you are not having your notification button on, you might not hear about it. And that would be a shame because I think it will be fun or embarrassing. Fun for you, embarrassing maybe for me. So today we are going to open my Makercrate and see what's inside. It's Terrazzo clay organizers. Let's check out what's in there. They do make it look pretty. And here is the little booklet where they give you lots of ideas. Now for me, this particular pattern with the white in the back, it doesn't appeal to me quite as much as, I did see you can make sort of a marble clay. I think that I'm going to try that, at least for the tray. So we're going to do the tray today and these little boxes that once again, you can't see later on. So there are boxes and a tray liner made out of this. It's really just polymer clay, but we'll cut up these little polymer clay pieces. There's sort of a gold and a red and a grayish, greenish, and a really dark blue. We'll cut these up into little chunks. Why are they glued to the bottom? And then you can put them on the base. They call this the mortar. Granted, if we were actually making terrazzo clay, it would be little chunks of tile in a mortar, but we're doing it clay. In here, I believe we have scissors. We've got the base of the tray. That's our project for today. In here is the template, but I can't get it out. I really can't. So in there is the template, and there it may remain. I don't know. So that will be how we cut out the clay to stick it right in, if we can get it out. Here's a rolling mat, so we can make our clay nice and flat. We've also got these little cutter pieces. They're like little cookie cutters, but for clay. And we will use them to cut out the pieces to make the little clay box organizer things. We also have a lovely selection of clay tools. So we've got a tiny roller. We have a yikesy knife. We have a curvy knife with a different curvy knife. Squishy thing. Another flat edge. So a lot of these have little flat edges so that we can chop up the colorful clay to make the little bits for our terrazzo effect. Now this is clever. There are these there are these little rings to go over. How do you really? They don't need to make it harder for me to get things out of a box. Apparently I have trouble with that. Who knew? Great. Well, now it's sticky. So anyway, these can go on the end of your little rolling pin so that your clay doesn't get too thin. Because if it gets too thin, I guess it warps and it's not as strong in the oven. Clever. Those are my scissors. And I think that is all. That is all. Now also, from home, apparently, you will need a baking sheet with this stuff. What's it called? Tin foil. A baking sheet with tin foil, some tape. This is mainly for holding down your rolling mat, and paper towels or whatever to clean off your clay tools so you don't mix all your clay. This is probably more important when we do the boxes because the tray is not going to stick to the baking sheet. But that's okay, I am following the rules. I am occasionally a rule follower. Now, I'm going to try to get this template out so that we can measure. This may take a while. Tools, I'll use my tools. I got it out. That was hard. Did anyone else get this Makercrate? Did anyone else have a hard time getting this out of the tray? Probably not. Probably it is legit just me, but that took some work. Luckily, it's a nice strong paper, but it's coated so that I didn't destroy it, which is great. All right, let me clean up my space and we will start making some marble clay for my tray. I'm not sure what color. I think blue. Okay, so I've used Goo Gone on this roller to try to get the tape smudge off. It didn't really work. I mean, it worked, but it's slimy and gross. So hopefully that does not mean that my whole clay will be slimy and gross, because I feel like that gets the project off to kind of the wrong start. Now, let's begin. These 4 colors are maybe the last 4 colors that I would choose. Yeah, I like a brighter color. So that is kind of why I'm thinking of using some marbling to lighten it up just a smidge. So my plan is, I think they said that 1/3 of this should be enough for the tray. Now I maybe will switch it into thirds, and I'll do kind of a dark third and a medium third and a white third, and we'll kind of smush them all together to make the marbleized effect that way. Let's cut off a little bit for one. Can always add more, and then a little bit more for the last one. They're probably gonna look very similar, and I'm gonna have to use more of that.
I don't know yet.
So let's condition the clay. It doesn't need much. Well, it's been warm the last couple days. Now they do say that if it gets too warm, it will be sticky, and they didn't say awful, but kind of annoying to work with. So you can either just leave it out if you have somewhere cold, or you can pop it in the fridge just to get back to a less annoying temperature. I don't feel as though we need any of these to be perfectly blended, because they are going to end up being marble. Let's see how they work. So we'll do this one, also this one, and I will come back to you when they are blended or marbled or something, because I'm pretty sure that you do not need to sit here and watch it in real time. Oh boy, it is so slimy. Maybe I'll do a little more marbling. I'll put it in a ball and then I'll throw it in the fridge, because
it's attacking me.
It's so much stickier than polymer clay normally is. I don't know if maybe I just don't do enough with polymer clay. It's possible. Or this is ultra sticky. So I've got the white, the regular blue, sort of a darkish blue, and a lightish, I mean not a darkish blue, but it's a little bit more dark in it. And that also has some streaks. I'm just gonna stick them next to each other, twist them up. It's like a weird candy. I don't want to mix it too much because I want it to have a nice marble effect, but oh buddy, this is gonna have to go in the fridge before I'm gonna even think about rolling it out. It is really sticky. Okay, let me go stick this in the fridge and wash my hands like 8 times, and then we'll roll it out and see what happens next. Okay, well that was quite a bit of hand washing with felted soap, and I feel half clean, like still clayey, really gross. So while I wait for the clay to get a little bit cooler and less like attack me sticky in the fridge, I will work a little bit on my sketchbook. Go to Assembly Required Crafts on Instagram if you want to see what I'm working on in my sketchbook. I'm trying to post every day. I don't always, but I do try. So I will do that while we wait for it to cool and get handleable, because I need to roll that stuff out. And if it sticks to the rolling pin like it was sticking to me, I don't think it will work out very well. I think that I will lose my mind. Alrighty, it is cooler and slightly less sticky, but listen, we don't have all day, so we might have to stick it back in to get it manageable again. But for now, I'm gonna try to roll it out. It needs to be this exact size. So flatten it out with your hands.
You can't see any of my pretty marbleizing.
I guess you'll have to just look at it from the other camera. So I've got my...
It's gonna get gross.
Whatever. You know what? Whatever. So gently roll.
I think it's sticky already.
Now the nice thing about these guys on the ends, the nice thing about the little circles on the ends of the rolling pin is make it nice and even. Now we are also supposed to peel it every couple rolls so it doesn't stick forever to your rolling mat. So I like the marbleizing, may have put in a little more white than I needed, but I wanted contrast, so got some contrast. Now, Makercrate sent me that tray, but it looks like it is just a wooden tray, I think. I mean, you're only cooking this at 275 Fahrenheit. I bet you could put it in any kind of a wooden tray, a wooden box. Kind of an interesting liner. Well, maybe a thrift store find. If this doesn't drive me completely crazy, maybe I will try that. Well, that's not... All right, let me keep on rolling. I have finally flattened it so that it is the right size. That took a considerable amount of repositioning. So now you take your template and take a skinny little long knife and we'll cut it out. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we can store this. I'm gonna put it on my tinfoil to get it out of the way. And I think that I've stretched it so it's skinny.
Neat!
So now I will take my paper towel, try to clean my hands a little, clean this area. So now I'm going to try to decide which of these colors I want to put in. Do I want to put all of them? I don't know. So here is what they say to do to make your little chunks for the terrazzo effect. So you take your skinny little flat knife, cut a skinny little sliver, and then cut some more skinny little slivers. Then once you have the skinny little slivers cut, you will use your knife to cut out some different shapes. Now, when I was looking at the examples, I kind of like the big chunks, but I don't know if I will like them in reality. I don't know what colors to use. Let me just cut up a bunch and then I can't really lay them on top. Ooh, I can lay them on top of one of these, see what it looks like. So those obviously will go. How about red? How about this? Okay, I'm gonna use that color and this color and see what it's like. Okay, so I just cut the dark blue and the greenish grayish into random shapes. I don't know if I have enough. I also tried to mix some of this yellowish brown with the bluish marble to try to make a light green. But it does not seem to be getting to a light green. It's more just a sad blue now. So I don't think that I'm going to do that. I just wanted to see what it would look like. So now I'll grab my tray bottom, which is grossly misshapen, and I'm gonna just randomly slap these guys on top. And I kind of like what it looks like now, so I hope that this doesn't completely ruin it for me. But we are trying to make a terrazzo effect, so if I don't do that, am I really doing the Makercrate? Not really. So let me put these on, and I will put the whole situation back on here, and I'll come back to flatten it out with you. Okay. Are you ready to see me roll it out? It does not appeal to me right now. I don't know what it is about these Makercrates. They're just the wrong colors or something. Let's squish them. So we're kind of smushing them in and spreading them out a little bit. So they want it to be nice and smooth. Well, there it is. Interesting. I never would have picked it ever. I still am not really sure that I like it, but I don't want to make it too thin, but they're not really smoothing out. It's too skinny. Ultra irritating. I think that I'll probably end up just squashing it into the edges. Every time you pick it up, it gets stretched out in the middle, but you have to pick it up because you have to take it off the thing. Maybe they shouldn't have you take it off? I don't know. I don't see a better way to do it, but it's like skinny now. Okay, well, trim it again. You probably want to see me try to smash this into the box, don't you? Don't you? Probably do. Guess I shouldn't do that off camera, even though it's gonna be a disaster. I mean, it might not. Now, working with this clay is giving me a little bit of anxiety about trying to do the organizer boxes. I don't think they're gonna work out well for me. Okay, now I'm gonna try to pick it up from the side and tuck it. This is not going to fit Everybody understands that, right? There's no chance. All right, I'm gonna try to pick it up from over here, which is gonna mess that side up. It's so thin, which they made a big deal about. Don't make it too thin. I can't help it, it's stretching. Okay, how the crap am I supposed to put this in? So if I line it up over here and then lay it down, oh, it's not in. Look at this. This is no longer a rectangle. Yeah, I'll just do, this is not the way they told you to do it, but it seems like it might ruin it less. Now, allow me to try to massacre this just a smidge to get the stupid edges in. Look at me. I'm calm. I'm not swearing. The knife doesn't cut anymore, it just sticks. So I think it's time for another small break to put this stupid thing in the fridge. It's not working. I don't even know if I can get the knife out. Ah! Let go of me! Let go! Save me! Okay, fridge time. Okay, so now this is nice and cold, and I am going to try once again to get it. No, it's still sticky, but less sticky. So I'm gonna try again to squash it in. It's not pretty. I don't know, maybe it'll work. Okay, so I will work on this and we'll see how it goes. I am preheating the oven, so if I can manage to get this working, we can cook it. Cause it'll be great. Why do I get myself into these messes? Okay, so I don't know if you can see very well. Like the edges
are a disaster.
So what I'm thinking is I will make a little white snake and I'll try to jam it in all of the edges and pretend like I meant to. I'm gonna try to save it, kind of smooth it out. I'll be back. Okay, now I have kind of a grout situation, which is not what I wanted it to look like, but it is something that I can put in the oven. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. We're supposed to cook it for about 20 minutes, so I will do that and then cool it so I can touch it. And then we'll see what I've come up with. Here we are in the kitchen, waiting for it to finish in the oven. Is anyone else making these maker crates? Is anybody having trouble with every single one of them like I'm having? I guess this is only the third one. The first one I had trouble with the clay. The second one I had trouble with everything. That was the punch needle pillow. And then this one is I'm having a hard time with the clay again. You know, let me know in the comments if you have a good time watching me fail at this. I do enjoy trying them, but if it's frustrating for you to watch me do a horrible job at them, you let me know. Still another couple minutes left to wait, and then we'll see how it turns out. And here we have it. I added a little gloss to the top, which is not actually even shining right now. I don't think it added anything. I thought maybe the gloss would make it prettier. It doesn't really. So this was interesting. I don't like it. The next video that I make, I have to make something that I absolutely love because I feel like the last couple have been failures and that does not make me feel good. It would be great if I could make things that I like, because otherwise, what is the point? I don't know. So I've been told that I may be a little bit too hard on myself, and that could be true. I could be a little bit of a perfectionist, I guess. Just because I don't like a project doesn't mean that it's not turning out well, I guess. The problem that I have with a lot of the Makercrate stuff, not all of the projects, but lately, the color palette has been very subdued, and I'm not a subdued color palette kind of guy. I like bright colors and saturated colors. So that might be part of my problem. Clearly some of my problem was just the clay didn't work for me.
It hurt me.
in the future, I will try to put my personal likes aside and I will just try to keep on making the projects. Just because I don't like them doesn't mean they're not lovely. Somebody might love it. A lot of people like things that I don't like and don't like at all the things that I do like, which is fine. Sad for them, clearly. But fine, whatever. We don't all like the same thing, and that is fine. I can appreciate this as an art form. I would appreciate it more if it worked, like the clay worked properly the way that I expected it to. But no problem. In the future, I will try to be more happy with the crappy way that my work turns out. Wait, no, that's not how I'm supposed to say it. So I think that since I don't want to just waste all that extra clay, I think that the next time, not the next video, but maybe in a couple weeks or so, I'll come back and make marbleized sort of trinket bowl kind of things with the clay. Maybe I'll mix in a different kind of polymer clay, like maybe something they didn't give me, so that it's something that appeals to me a little bit more. So stay tuned for that. Make sure that you're subscribed if you want to see what happens next and if I can refrigerate it enough so that the clay does not completely attack me again. So stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification. You can give it a thumbs up if you want to, and then make sure that the notification button is clicked, because I do want to start going live and it would be great if someone was watching. So if you know about it, then you can watch. Thank you for watching this, painful though it may have been. If you enjoy watching me try to figure things out, leave me a comment that says that this is not awful, because I may need to hear that. And I'm going to try to think of something really, really cute for my next video, because it needs to be not this. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.